These two nootropic supplements almost have the same name, NooCeptin, NooCube, but they're two different formulas and from two different companies. NooCeptin from Sap Nutra, they actually make a couple of nootropic supplements and a fat burner. And then you have NooCube, which is from Wolfson Brands, and they make pretty much every supplement under the sun, to be honest. They have multiple brands, test boosters, fat burners, nootropics, like NooCube. NooCube is probably one of their more popular supplements. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna compare these head to head and tell you which one I think is worth it out of these two. And if there is another nootropic supplement that might be better than these two. But as always, I'm going to go into the ingredients, compare those to dosages, and then the price to see if it is worth it for you. And as always, all the links will be down in the description and the first link in the comments if you wish to purchase any of these. So let's start with the matching ingredients in these. So the first one I see here is L-theanine. Now, NooCeptin has double the dose of L-theanine at 200 milligrams, whereas NooCube has 100 milligrams. Now, I've felt benefits from both dosages. I've gone from anywhere from 50 or 100 all the way up to 400 milligrams, and I feel that effect of reduced stress and anxiety, especially when it's paired with caffeine. Now, these are both caffeine-free formulas, which I really like, but NooCeptin's dose is closer to the range that is used within the research, which is typically around 200 to 400 milligrams to see these effects. Doesn't mean it doesn't work in NooCube, because I've used lower doses and felt the effect too. We can then go to Bacopa Monnieri. So we have 150 milligrams in NooCeptin, and we have 250 milligrams in NooCube. So NooCube has the higher dose. Typically, we're looking at around 300 milligrams within the research, but 250 is well close enough, and we don't know the effects below 300 if the dosages can be lower. But we're talking improvements in verbal learning, memory acquisition, delayed recall, especially in older people. So NooCube has the edge there. We then have Panax Ginseng, 200 milligrams in NooCeptin, and we also have 160 milligrams in NooCube. If you have the US, I believe the UK version, it is a little higher at around 200. But ginseng's interesting because it may improve cognitive function, memory, and mental arithmetic tasks without causing significant changes in blood glucose levels or adverse side effects. So it's one of those well-tolerated nootropic ingredients. And one of the very interesting things about Panax ginseng is that it may work in healthy individuals, where most nootropic supplements work more in older individuals or those who are suffering from some kind of cognitive decline. So having that in both these formulas, great options. But that's where the matching ingredients end. So let's run through some of the extras that NooCeptin has. We have a healthy dose of lion's mane extract at around 400 milligrams, not the highest that I've seen, but pretty close. And it's essentially the nootropic of the mushroom world. It enhances memory and brain cell regeneration and is known to improve mental function and mood. It has Rhodolia rosea extract, known for its ability to help the body manage stress at 150 milligrams. You've got ceticoline at 200 milligrams, which might be slightly underdosed. Again, within the research, we're looking up to like 500 milligrams, but we don't know below that what the real effects are. But it is a precursor to a neurotransmitter to help with memory function. We also have ginkgo biloba extract at 100 milligrams, often taken to improve working memory and processing speed. And that rounds up the total formula of NooCeptin. For NooCube, for the extra ingredients, we have L-tyrosine at 250 milligrams. Now, most or pretty much every nootropic supplement that uses tyrosine is relatively underdosed, and that's just because you need 2+ grams of it to see the benefits and the effects of improving mental function under stress. So I'm not going to hold it against them since every supplement is exactly the same. We've also got cat's claw, which there's no real research backing this, but it's more of a traditionally used nootropic that is actually in a lot of other nootropic supplements because of its reputation to improve cognitive function. And then we've got choline at 100 milligrams, and we have Loopmax 2020, which is a vision supplement. Now, overall, when we're looking at ingredients and dosages, they're relatively comparable in terms of what they have. I think NooCeptin might slightly edge out NooCube just based on the additional ingredients in this and some of the dosages. But where these are really separated, I think, is within the price. So for NooCeptin, you're looking at $2.19 to $2.30 per serving. For NooCube, you're looking at $1.30 to around $1.95 per serving. So you're getting a much better deal on NooCube than you are with NooCeptin at a formula that is honestly relatively comparable to NooCeptin. And I think this is what edges out NooCube as the winner between these two supplements, just because the price is so much better on NooCube than NooCeptin, with the formulas being relatively similar and NooCube still having many nootropic boosting ingredients. Now, I've used both and I have felt nootropic or brain boosting benefits when I'm doing more intensive tasks at the computer, podcasting, interviews, and things like that. So I do like both of these, but I still think just for the price, you can't beat that price on NooCube when you're buying it in bulk. Now, while these two are great supplements, they actually both make our list of best nootropics for memory and focus, but they're not number one. So if you want to see which one number one is, check out this video next, because it will give you a full breakdown of our top 5 nootropics for memory and focus.